All right, everyone. Here we are with ticker symbol DKNG, Draftkings Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back. And let's jump into this chart. So, DKNG actually broke through the support, moved further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. So, DraftKings stock right now is in bearish territory. DKNG stock needs to go ahead and have a turnaround and break through the resistance levels that we're about to talk about. So let's go ahead and move our resistance and support to their new location. But DKNG stock is below the 50-day moving average. And that is going to signify that we're in bearish territory, and this could be well on its way to newer lows, and it's been in a bearish trajectory for some time. So let's look at this closely. And I know that a lot of people are saying, well, it may not be important right now to watch this because there might be a second wave of the virus, and that sports might close down, and that there's no point in investing in this. But to be honest, some of these videos, as I play them out, they're not all about just when to sell or what's going on in which direction the market is going. I mean, it's very important to always pay very close attention to how a stock is reacting, because you may see an opportunity. When people are fearful, like Warren Buffett says, be greedy, and when people are greedy, be fearful, or vice versa. But that saying is pretty true. When this is actually on its way down, some investors may see this as, wow, okay, this lost so much value. What do I see value in this? And there's some guys that are like, I'm watching this and this is looking valuable to me. I mean, it might be a discount. It might be a little too expensive, but there might be an opportunity here. Let me watch out for this. Let me see what's going on, because there might be an opportunity for me to buy some stocks because I see a future for this. So no matter how you look at a ticker symbol or how you look at a chart, I know that some people sometimes say, oh, well, we already know it's going down. And I'm like, okay, I get it. That's cool. But it's good to watch it daily so that you know what is going on and what might be the right entry point, right? And right now we're in bearish territory. If this was to go any lower, I'd monitor it. And if you're somebody that's highly inclined to invest in this, which I know a lot of people are, and if you want to comment down below, I would appreciate it. All the people that are actually trying to see if there's a good entry point for this and they're interested in this in the long haul or trying to make a play here, I'd like for you guys to comment down below and engage in conversation with one another on what you guys think about this stock, which is pretty interesting how this ran up. Right, since IPO, it ran up from literally around $10 and some change to $11, almost 12, running all the way up. So I'm going to talk about some important points here. And the highest point obviously is way up here at that $64 mark. Until that's not broken through, this won't see any newer highs. But on the way down, I did talk about it breaking through 40. We already did. We're going to have to see how much lower this goes. And the next point here is around 36. And if you go any lower, it would be way down here at 30. And the lowest point here that I see is 27 from when this ran up and was going sideways, the lowest point here. So those are some numbers to keep in mind. We're going to have to continue to watch this, how it plays out, watch the news and see what's going on. But right now, let's go ahead and look at what is important for tomorrow and what to pay close attention to for our support and resistance. And I apologize if I took a little too long talking about that at the beginning of this video, but I did want to make that clear that watching charts isn't always about watching it on its way up. It's also about watching it on its way down and also on its sideways movement, because every investor, there's a day trader, there's a swing trader, and there's also a value investor that is looking for the best value for their purchase to then go ahead and do that initial investment to hold for the long haul if they believe in the company, and then sell at a premium. So it's not all about when it was just riding up, the charts look great, we were analyzing it and it rode up. It's also about on its way down. Super important. And I also would like to hear some of your guys' feedback on what you guys think about what I'm saying as well. I'd appreciate that. But let's jump into this. So 39.70, that's where it's at right now. The 50-day moving average is 41.86. We're slightly below that, obviously, around $2 in bearish territory. So that lets us know on what side of the chart we're in. If we're above it, we're in bullish, and if we're in below it, we're in bearish. So the bears right now are dominating, and for the bulls to have a recovery, the first step is breaking through the highest point before this dip, and that was kind of when it leveled off from dipping this hard all the way down into bearish territory, and then that sideways movement, and then it dipped again. This is the highest point before that, where the bulls try to recover and build some momentum, but the bears tore them down. That is 40.93. The bulls need to break through that, turn that into a support, and break away from it, heading towards the 50-day moving average to get back into bullish territory. Now keep in mind, this does not signify, if it gets broken through and slightly turned into a support, that the bulls have gained control. We're still in bearish territory. This is just an indicator of the momentum and direction of where the stock is going and who is slightly starting to dominate or gain some leverage. Obviously, if it breaks through it and it starts to pull away, the bears are starting to lose leverage and the bulls are gaining leverage. But the bulls won't get control until they break through 41.86 and get back into bullish territory. So super important to keep that in mind. But that is the first step, 40.93, for the bulls to start to work towards their goal and move up towards the 50-day moving average, getting into bullish territory. On the other hand, we have what the bears want. And this is the lowest point reached in this bearish run. We're hitting newer lows here at this point, and that is 39.38. If that gets broken through, the bears are starting to gain more leverage, and I'd pay very close attention to how quickly it's moving to newer lows. Is it moving sideways, giving a chance for the bulls to reappear and bring this back up? Or is it moving fairly quickly away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction, giving more control to the bears and having the bears pull this away fairly quickly? So I'd put my 1 minute, my 5 minute, my 15-minute chart to go ahead and see the behavior of the stock and who is dominating the charts. Look at the inflow and the outflow, and keep in mind the next support level after 39 is close to the $36 range. We don't have to look at that just yet because we're not that close to it, but if the volatility does kick in, around $36 and some change is the next support level. But right now, before getting there, 39.38 is the first step to keep in mind and pay very close attention to the behavior of this stock. I hope that with these cues, you guys are well equipped for tomorrow's trading day. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit that like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.